the predicted long-term difference from vantage point, it is grossly overbought. And this is warning me that we've got the potential for a pretty substantial reversal, but it is going to depend on those equity markets. So keep that in mind. Now, when we look at the New Zealand, it's the same thing. The New Zealand is under even more pressure than the Aussie. And I've been telling my own clients all week, this previous week, that we are selling it every single day. Any rally higher, we are selling it. Based on my analysis of the S&P 500, light sweet crude oil, and the dollar index, my bias is, as a risk currency, the New Zealand dollar is unlikely to hold these gains. This brings me to, again, the US CAD. You can see how I have all three of these currency pairs clumped together because it's basically all the same trade. US CAD came down lower. I believe we got down to about 1.0065, somewhere around that area. Again, not only on Trader Planet, but to my own clients, I've advised to buy U.S. Canada on a dip. The Canadian unemployment reports have been terrible. We've got a central banker out of Canada talking again out of both sides of his mouth. Hard to believe that a central banker would do that, but he did. And sarcasm, I'm sure everybody can sense that. Is again, next month the Central Bank of Canada will probably say the exact opposite, and then the Canadian dollar will plummet. I think we're getting ready to make a multi-year base here very soon, and I think I would be targeting much higher on US CAD in the days and, more importantly, the months ahead. Now again, when we have this grossly oversold signal, that is a warning sign that we are losing our downward momentum. Even though our triple EMA is crossed, we can see that we're immediately challenging this again. So with the US CAD, much like the other trades I've talked about, I think it'll sell off a little bit towards the middle of the week, and then we'll see a vicious reversal. That's now again, in the month of December, it's a very, very difficult trading month, but that is the likely outcome in my view. Pound dollar, same thing. I think that this is a sell into strength. And again, we're looking for places to buy dollars. That's what basically Forex trading is. We're either buying or selling US dollars. So when I'm looking at this particular trade, I'm saying I would any kind of strength on the British pound US dollar, I want to sell it until I get a substantial reversal. Now we are getting a trigger move down here. So on the predicted MACD and the predicted TSI, if I start breaking this down by crossover, you can see the medium term is crossed over to the upside, and it's trying desperately to put out that buy signal, as is the long. So I can anticipate a move higher. I'm not convinced it's sustainable, that I believe that there's going to be a lot of sellers camped out up higher towards the 159 area, and that's where I would look to probably start thinking about building my shorts. Euro US, another decent week trading. You can see how it loves this Vantage Point 18-day predicted moving average, banging up against it almost every single trading day. And you can tell by this what I advise my direct clients is we sell it into strength. Now, my concern is that we are sitting right on the zero line. In my respectful opinion, the Euro US is not still in a trending move, and the probability of a reversal higher for the first couple of trading days of the week is extremely high. So I would be very, very cautious about selling down in the 134 level. Now, when I break this down even closer, I look at the short-term crossover is hugging the trigger. The medium term is actually above the trigger to the upside, and the long-term crossover is sitting flat. This pretty much mirrors the US dollar index. So we want to be very, very cautious shorting down at this level. And I would be so bold as maybe even to suggest counter trend longs for a day or two. Okay? Now, with the dollar yen, again, we're sitting flat. We've managed to creep our way back up above the Vantage Point 18-day predicted moving average, however, just barely. This is a frustrating trade. My concern with further longs on dollar yen is if those equities sell off, which is what I think they will do, then it's going to drag it has the probability, I should say, of dragging the dollar yen down with it. So we have to be very careful here. Our indicators are starting to roll over to the short side. I still support longs, but you're going to need wider stops on this trade. Stops, in my opinion, should be well below the 76 level if going long. US Swiss franc, basically the same as Euro US. You can see we're testing the major line, 91.83. We banged up against it multiple times this past week, and again, a very good buying opportunity. A lot of rumors in the market right now that the Swiss National Bank is going to raise the peg to 125 next week. I don't know if that's true or not, but if they do, all of the Swiss franc pairs will like Swiss franc, basically what I'm saying, will sell off right across the board. So you would buy US Swiss franc, buy Euro Swiss franc, US Swiss franc, and then you would look at Great Britain Swiss franc, another alternative. Maybe sell Swiss franc Japan. There's a lot of different options, but the key thing is you want to look for places to sell Swiss francs. That's the game plan there. So again, we're going to have a very, very interesting week ahead of us. My opinion remains that Bernanke is the #1 enemy to the US dollar. He does not appear, in my opinion, to be doing anything to help the US dollar. But at the same time, I think that this guy is running out of tricks. And you know what? The market appears to be getting much, much smarter. So no matter what he throws at the US dollar, it still recoups. There is a safe haven status. No matter what anybody says or thinks, there is. You can see it the way the market reacts. On the first sign of trouble, they pour into the US dollar. So we definitely want to remember that. So once again, this is the Forex Weekly Outlook for the week of December the 13th, 2011. And again, my name is Greg Furman, market analyst here at TraderPlanet.com.